Well, let's dive in. So, yesterday we hit upper body, today we're hitting lower body. I moved my leg press, so I'm gonna have a good angle for it. But, like always, let's write it down, what we're doing today. I might be only streaming 3 days this week. Thursday, we might be doing Magic Night with the boys, because that's the only day we can hang out, and I feel like I'm gonna do that. Leg day is the best day. I'm excited because I have my leg press fully set up. So we'll do legs. We're gonna do level 8, week 4, day 2. Day 2. And so we're going, I'm changing it up because we had the leg press. So we're doing leg press. I'll probably do 3x10. And then we'll do RDL, probably barbell, 3x10. And then we're going to normally do some type of lunge or a split squat, but we're going to do single leg press. Because that leg press can swap between 2 legs and 1 leg. So I want to play with that. This will be the first time I do that. And then, like always, we'll do calves. I don't know if we're going to do hacks. I don't know if I want to take the time to change that. But we're going to do calves. Oh, fuck. I don't know how to spell calves. Calves. And then what's our core look like? Russian twists and leg raises. Twist. And then leg raises. 3x10 each. Cool. That's that. I don't know if we're going to lecture today. Not overly energetic today. I don't know why. Hit the hammies. I'm hitting the hammies with RDL. Probably going to be barbell, RDL. I might do dumbbell. Depends on how I'm feeling. Man, these markers are really hard to close. I feel like I'm destroying the tips of them. Yes, just like Bird is saying, all of these workouts that we do are in the Healthy Adventurer's 1-Year Beginner's Handbook, made for the healthy adventurer who is looking to start a fitness journey, but they're not sure where to start. This book is for you, all for free, in the Discord. It's a free ebook. And so I need to move things. I think I have it set up, so we only need to be in one spot, pan over here, and then just rotate. So I'll do that. And I can do a lecture after lifts, but I need a topic. So if you want me to lecture on something, let me know. I'm gonna move you guys. I'm just gonna move you guys over here. I'm thinking right here. Yep, in the freebie section. Biggest Fist is a loyal member of the Phoenix Nest too. He's a frequent flyer in there. He jumps in and hypes people up, motivates, answers questions. What the server is meant to be. So, how's that? See, you can see the leg press is turned in the right direction. So, how to survive the holidays? That's a good one. Let me think on that. If that's lecture worthy. If not, I can just answer it between sets. Leg press is a boat wreck no more. So this leg press is cool, but it's definitely not like commercial gym quality, and it takes a second to change. Oh, they're right there. it's because I lift so late at night and really don't eat that much. Oh, that's not true. I had a decent amount today. Yeah, see, that's not when you want when you're hitting heavy ass weight. That felt better. You know, how are things going with you guys? Oh, look how ominous. See my age. Man, it's right in the way of the door. Yeah, absolutely. Prevents invaders. Oh, I am missing one. Bitch. Almost started with a single leg. I had done hack squat. So it's nice having this, being able to do a hack squat, leg press, single leg, double leg, but it does take a second to change, swap things around. Also, I don't know how sturdy. It's not bad. If you can tell, our concrete floor is absolutely wrecked. But yeah, it's going to be 57, which does not help us now. Always start your watch. Else the workouts don't count. Just like your gym selfie. So I'll do a warm up. Warm up itself. Also, this thing sucks to sit in. Oh, I think I need to lower this. Yeah. Hell, I don't know if I'll be able to hit that. Very good. Yeah, I did. But barely. Oh, my AirPods. And you know, I had these in my pocket. How'd that angle look? I know I'm kind of far away, so the angle look okay? No, it's not any weight. It's a warm up. Now I'm adding weight. Also, I don't know how to screw in that ass pad. Bolts that came with are too small. This will probably be too late too. We can go get that. True. I probably have some over here. I just haven't had the time to really care about it. It's another warm up. See, that felt good. How's it look from your guys' angle? Yes, leg day. I've had a few people ask me about my leg press because they're very interested, possibly jealous of this beautiful setup that took 6 fucking weeks to finish. Boy, it's been like a week since I've completed it. I think I got it last Monday. I think last Tuesday was my first leg day with it. They're not like terribly expensive if you have like the space for it. So, oh, I almost fell. Yeah. Like if you have a gym or a garage area dedicated, you can fit it. It was $850. You can get it for like $50 cheaper if you don't want it to use single leg. So. It's feeling all right. Still not bad. I need to clean out this space here. We still looking all right? That's all right. So, you watching a scary movie? This might be my first working set. Also, this back adjusts too. I don't really know why you need to go at different angles, but you can. I think it's more of a comfort. So if you're somebody with a bigger belly, you can lean back, give yourself more range of motion. I'm running out of 45s. Or I ran out of 45s. I got 35s. It might take a second to breathe. He didn't say what kind of movie. I think I'm gonna run out of space because I have 3 45s and a 35 on there. And then I have space for one more. And I bet if I even bought 4 more 45s, I still wouldn't have enough room for weight. So I can do 5 plates. That's where single leg comes in. Right? It's funny, I don't know what I was gonna say. It's just funny, I guess. The ones at Planet Fitness, they're like probably like twice the size of that. So you can stack on a bunch of weight for it. What's your favorite workout? You mean like exercise? Bench, obviously. But I also like compound row, like a cable row. It makes me feel very manly. And I like Romanian deadlift. I like that. I like leg press. I specifically like this type of leg press, a 45-degree plate loaded. Last week it was hurting my hips. This week I feel fine. So, fingers crossed. Alright, I'm gonna hit this set. Here we go. Yep. That was good. I'll stay there. Oh. You know, the hardest part is getting out of the damn seat. I'll stay there. I'll do one more set. So I made one of my lectures last week, I think it was Fridays, was the Grab Your Heady Secret Formula for bodyweight workouts. I posted that on YouTube, just that like 12-minute clip, and it's got like over 100 views in a couple days. I think it posted on Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. I think I posted it on Saturday because over the weekend I just took them, spliced out a few pieces, and made one video for one video per day. So that's pretty cool. Oh. Give me a second to breathe, and I'll talk about a movement goal. I think we talked about this before, but I had like 2 calls with clients today that we went over this, so I want to go over it again. So there's kind of 2 levers to pull, broadly speaking, for like weight loss, right? You need to be in a caloric deficit. And there's 2 ways to do that. You can keep cutting your calories, or you can increase your movement to increase the amount of calories burned or decrease the amount of calories taken in. First lever, normally, well, we do both, but first lever is let's get to a moderate caloric deficit, and then if we're at a plateau, then we'll throw in some daily movement. And granted, exercise is not a great tool for weight loss specifically, but doing daily movement can help move that needle and break you through that plateau. And one way we do that is a daily movement goal. And that is one of 2 things. Either we're doing a step count goal where every day you're getting 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 steps, whatever it is, or you're doing X minutes of additional movement. And that could be 30 minutes of movement on top of like whatever you normally do. And the goal is to get you up and moving 30 minutes more, 30 more minutes than what you would normally be doing. And yard work counts. Bird just raked the leaves for an hour. That counts. Working out counts. Going for walks counts. Beat Saber, laundry, other housework, shopping, all that type of stuff counts towards that. And so it allows for a lot more freedom and flexibility to get up and get extra movement in without saying you need to go for a walk. So, what up, Bowser? This is my last set. So, to complete that story, I'm a big fan of having just a daily movement goal. Even if it's 30 extra minutes, doesn't have to be super crazy. That felt good. Oh, that set almost a little easier. I like to put my hands on my knees because it helps just protect the knees a little bit. Oh, I got up too fast. Not that I'm at huge risk of collapsing with that, but It's just good to add a little bit of stability. So, I don't want to do, let's do dumbbell. We haven't done dumbbell RDL. Let's do that. I do want to clean this off because I got single leg coming up. This leg press actually comes with 2 pegs here where I can put weights, which is good because I'm out of space over here. Let's see how, I'm warm now. Let me take this off and I'm gonna be cold. But if I take this off, I might get more viewers. That one guy said if I took my shirt off, he'd give me a follow. And then I think we blocked him. So, remember, always clean your weights. Always clean your equipment too. Even if you don't sweat, it's just good practice. Good habits. See how that feels for single leg stuff. Then I need to be, I might move you guys just a hair. Oh, you just warned him? Yeah, we should have blocked him. He was a chode. So, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna grab dumbbells. We're gonna do probably nothing super heavy, but it'll take me a second. Oh, for those of you keeping score, today I weighed in at 220.0, which admittedly felt pretty good. My main goal was to get below 220 by end of this year. So I have, what, 7 weeks to lose 0.1 pound. I think I can do it, guys. I think I can do it. Now my goal is, I could probably get to 200. That'd be a bit of a stretch, and with Thanksgiving and Christmas being in between those, I don't know if I want to. So I might do like 210. I think that'd be an appropriate goal. See, I'm already getting cold again. God damn. So, you guys can see me in the corner. I'm creeping on you. But yeah, the lowest I've been in over a decade, I think was 219.8 if I'm not mistaken. So that was my goal when I really started my fitness journey at the end of June. June 30th to be exact, was I want to get below 219.8. So technically I have 0.3 pounds before I hit my goal. That was my main goal, and then to keep going from there. I think bouncing between like 200 and 210 would be comfortable, and then kind of race to see how low we can go, I guess. But yes, RDLs. So dumbbell RDLs, very similar to barbell RDLs. You get a slightly different range of motion holding the dumbbells, but really that's about it. So we'll do these 45. You should do the way. Right. I'll do sideways. Yeah. So again, same thing. Coming up on your legs, shaving your legs. If the weight is like falling forward, you know your hips aren't back far enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Okay, I might need to put my sweatshirt back on. That did not warm me up as much as I thought it would. Whew. I also didn't eat a lot today, so. I think that's part of it. You know, chat. Oh, Bird, you asked a question. I don't think this is lecture worthy, but how do we survive the holidays, right? So a lot of people are wondering that now, stressing about it, thinking I'll start my fitness journey come January 1st because all these holidays ahead of us and everything like that. And why take action now when we have 1/6 of a year left, when there's really ultimately 3 days, 4 if you stretch it out, 5 if you count January 1st. There is 5 days between now and January 1st that can stall progress. But we want to wait 2 months because of those 5 days. If you ask me, that sounds stupid. But how do we survive said holidays? Two big rules that we preach is enjoy the holidays, but keep it to the holidays. So enjoy Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Enjoy those specific days, and I'm even giving you the eves. Enjoy those days, and like you're gonna be with family and friends and loved ones, and you're gonna want to partake in all the food. Great, but keep it to that. Don't let Thanksgiving on a Thursday derail you all the way through the weekend, and then on that Monday, Cyber Monday, you see that as a holiday, and you keep going there, and then you're like, well, shit, we still got all these leftover cookies, and well, it's the end of November, so we'll start, January 1st, which is a Monday, I believe, and December 1st, sorry. And you keep going there, and then you got Christmas, and then you got 12 days of Christmas, and all that. You can see how those holidays, I'm running out of breath. Anybody keeping count? You can see how that one particular holiday can lead into a 2-month-long binge, where you just gain 10 pounds. I'm gonna go 3 more. Boom. And so, enjoy the holiday, but keep it to the holiday. And ideally, you still track your food. You definitely overindulge, but at least track it. Be mindful of it, and then pick up Black Friday like nothing happened. Go to the gym, keep tracking your calories, eat what you normally would, enjoy the leftovers in moderation. You don't have to let potentially 5 days derail progress. And I made a post about this last week, I think, like what you are capable of doing in 2 months, when realistically, conservatively, you can lose 15 pounds in 2 months. I know I lost over 15 pounds in 2 months. Just these last 2 months, I lost 15 pounds. I think I lost 17. I've had clients lose over 30 in 2 months, albeit that's slightly aggressive. I don't recommend that. But there's a lot of progress that can be made in 2 months, which again is 1/6 of the year. So, again, don't let 5 days prevent you from taking action, because that's the all or nothing mindset creeping in. Yeah, try to eat proteins first. Yes, Bert. Try to eat protein first. Another rule is pass on what you like in order to eat more of what you love. That's a good mindset to have. Like for me, when we go to our family gatherings, let me see if I can finish this while deadlifting. When we go to our family gatherings, there's always crackers, salami, and cheese all day, all you can eat. It's a goddamn buffet of that shit. And I can eat that all day. And then I get too full to really enjoy the meal. And so you can have like a small plate of that, but pass on most of it in order to eat, dinner, and then maybe an extra, maybe 2 slices of pie. I like pie more. I do like salami though. Well, you can have a little bit of both, Pass on overindulging on salami, cheese, and crackers, so you can indulge and buy. Is that 5? 6, 9, 10. Obey. Hip thrust. So, I guess I did turn into a lecture because it lasted like 4 sets. Oh, how's that sound? I'm gonna do single leg on the leg press here in a second, but I need to catch my breath. One thing that you might notice me doing is I'll go not full reps. Can you guys see me? I won't go like full reps where, let's pick it up. So full rep here, coming down, up, snap the hips, stand up tall. 1 full rep. Back down, up. What I'll do is I'll stop here, right? Boom, boom, boom. And the reason why, when you come up here, there's a slight rest. You're still holding the weight, obviously, but there's a slight rest. And when you go to just, whoops, coming up just barely, not fully snapped, there's still a little bit of extra tension. And so it increases that time under tension and keeps those muscles really always under tension and not at that small rest. Because you notice when people do deadlifts, like Romania deadlifts, they'll rest up here. You know, they won't rest right here. If they're here, they're struggling. So. And with doing 45 pounds, really not taxing myself too much. And going off of what you were saying, Bird, eat your veggies, eat your proteins, but really the most important thing on the holidays themselves, right? The holidays or the days you guys celebrate. So let's say you guys don't maybe necessarily have a big family Thanksgiving, but you do that Saturday because it works with everyone's schedule. Let that day be the day you overindulge. You don't really have to be mindful of calories and stuff, but just at least track them. But again, you don't have to like stick to your caloric budget. And again, just make sure it's that one day. So this has this rail. Oh, fuck. I might have to take these weights off. So I didn't want to do, guys. It's got this rail that goes across here. And I gotta move it a little bit. See if I had, these are the pegs I was talking about. They go right there and I can put these on there. If I had these set up, I don't have to worry about this. I gotta blow my nose. Oh, balls. Oh, can I do this? Yeah. There. That's all I needed. This bad boy. So, let's try one plate, see how it feels. I haven't done this before. On here. Go off screen. You guys don't need to see me blowing up. Oh, yeah. I got a good rant after this set. So we're doing 10 each leg. This will be a warm-up set, so I might not do a full 10. But I just want to try it out. Honestly, that didn't feel bad. You can also I know I just had this leg down. Oh, you can also have this leg up. Doesn't really matter. What do you think? Another plate? That felt appropriate. So, one thing that we had today, we had a guy call us gay in the chat, in the DMs, and believe it or not, that's not uncommon. So, I found it funny that this guy took time out of his day to call me gay, which just reported him and blocked him. You know, I don't even give him time of day. But one thing that I do want to say is, I judge you so hard by your Instagram profile. And Bird and I will kind of have conversations about this, but on what constitutes somebody who is going to be like a quality prospect slash potential client. And you did not call me gay. No, you did not. But I judge people very harshly based on their profile picture. If it's, you know, a fake, like, not their profile picture, sorry, based on their profile. If their profile picture is like of artwork or something that's not them, and then their name is like Bong Lover 420, I'm not gonna take you seriously. I'm not gonna really waste my time with you if you responded to the ad, because I'm going to bet my hard-earned money that you have no money. Is that harsh? Maybe. But if you have, and this is where Bird comes in, she's like, well, you can enjoy marijuana. I'm like, yeah, you can smoke pot. I have a lot of friends that smoke pot. I'm like the only one in my friend group that doesn't. Well, that's not true. There's a few of us that don't. Pickles doesn't. And Bird doesn't. But if you make that your goddamn identity, I'm going to judge you. It's like somebody who has a face tattoo. I'm judging you hard by your face tattoo. You make poor life choices. And I absolutely judge you based on what you put on your social media account. And if you have a profile of a degenerate, I'm going to assume you're a degenerate. I mean, hell, at this point, I've probably seen, definitely tens of thousands of profiles at this point. When people respond to our ads, followers, and all that. Oh, it feels like a lunge, kind of. Split stance. Like on my shins. Oh, not gonna lie, I really enjoy that. So I think that's really good. No, I do not appreciate that. We get a fair amount of trolls. Not like enough to be an issue, but, you know, we get trolls. Comes with the territory, I guess. When you're mad famous. I'm not trying to brag, but I did hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Working on getting 100 here, so like and subscribe. And what do you guys do here? Follow. I mean, 100 subs would be nice, but go ahead and follow. Oh, one thing I was gonna do before I hit this last set, I'll tell you, I'm not gonna do it before I hit this last set, but I'm thinking about just disabling ads, because I think they're more of a nuisance than anything. And I get like 30 cents to 50 cents a stream, so it's not even worth it. So if that appeals to you, let me know. Last set, then what are we doing? Calves. We're gonna do calves. I'm gonna stay here for calves. So, like always, alternate which side starts. I don't think I did that last time. Ouch. Watch your shins. I have a client who's recovering from a knee injury. He was in the middle of PT. He was at the tail end of PT when we started working together. And we're implementing a lot of stuff like this. So very similar to where we're doing like bilateral leg press with both feet, both legs. And then we'll do extra sets with single leg, but with doing both legs. Two reasons. You can doing stuff bilaterally, so like 2 legs at a time, like squats, leg press, and stuff like that. You're still going to work the weaker side more disproportionately, even though the left side might compensate. The strong side will compensate. The weaker side will still get worked more because it's weaker. So any tension is going to be harder on the weaker side. Then you isolate it by doing unilateral stuff, but you can still also work the stronger side. The only time you might not want to work the stronger side during isolateral stuff or unilateral stuff is if there's a large discrepancy, like if my quads were really different because I broke my hip at the age of 23 because I had a bone cyst, which happened to a friend of ours. And then you would want the extra volume to be just on the weak side. Better put your dumbbells away. Yeah. That was not good form. I take a second to breathe. A lot of people are stickler for form. There's this big controversy. It's not controversy. I think it's just all bullshit. But there's like the science-based lifters. Like this is what the science says based on all the literature. And then there's people who I think the opposite would just be lift off vibes, I guess. Ego lift. And people are like, just lift, bro. And then it's like, you can't move your spine more than 1 degree or else you'll die type thing. I definitely fall in the middle of that camp. Starting off, I was more towards the perfect form. I had a theory that there was a perfect form for everything in life. I think I talked about this in a different stream, but how there's a theory of everything. I thought there was a perfect form for everything. Peak, perfect biomechanical advantage. And in theory there is, right? But the risks of injury on, if you rake with like a rounded upper spine is very minimal. And most people actually injure themselves outside of the gym, which I think is also probably skewed because most people spend most of the time outside of their gym. So spend 1 hour in the gym and 23 hours outside of the gym. There's a higher chance of you getting injured outside. So. But you probably put yourself through more rigorous stuff in the gym, which increases your risk. So. But yeah, anyway, picking 45-pound dumbbells off the ground with a rounded back, probably not going to injure yourself. Let's say calves. It's just off. Oh, fuck. This is just like fucking here. Oh, god damn it. It's close enough. Bird, come help. Let's see how this works. Oh. It's just calves, right? Okay. Pretzel sometimes. this together. So. So you're going to go slow. You can either just barely tap the heels or don't tap the heels, but you don't want to put any weight into the heels because you want to keep all that tension into the calves, which keeping our sweatpants down because we have small calves. Also, there are different heads to the calf, gastroc, medius. So moving your toes in versus out can hit different parts of the calves. So, you know, play around with it. Plus I got a little bit lighter weight, so I can go a little higher lower. Oh. Actually, there we go. That solves that problem. There we go. Hell yeah. Work smarter, not harder. Give a lazy man a hard job, he'll find an easy way to do it, right? That is me. I am said lazy man. Oh, I watched this video today and I really liked it. I want to talk to you guys about it. Gather around. So, I modded my 3DS like, 3 weeks ago, and I've been playing Dragon Quest, Monsters 2, Kobe and Terra's Marvelous Mysterious Key. It's a long fucking name. It is a Japanese only release Dragon Quest Monsters game for the 3DS. Not to be mistaken from Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2 for the regular DS. It's a different game. Japanese release only. Since I have a modded 3DS, there's a fan-made translation patch. Downloaded that. I've been playing that. Roughly 9 hours in. Really enjoying it. So, I'm in this whole retro gaming, playing on official hardware mode right now. I still haven't beat Legends EA, and there's a handful of other PlayStation games I want to play. Borderlands 4, I haven't beat that. But I'm in this handheld modded era in my brain. And I just found out today that there is this new handheld console that just came out last month called the Ein, A-Y-N, Thor. So the Ein Thor. And it looks exactly like a 3DS. And it plays a lot more games than I have the capability of playing on a modded 3DS. All the way up to Switch games and Steam games. So it's like taking a Steam Deck, but condensing it down into a 3DS with two OLED screens in the same kind of ratio as like a 3DS. Slightly different ratios, so there needs to be a little bit of either bars or stretching, which some people were really upset about, but that didn't bother me at all. And so I'm really looking at getting this. It's like 300 bucks. Yeah, it's $299, or I can get one for a little bit more expensive. But I'm looking at that. That was the lead up to what I really wanted to talk about. Was I watched this video by a guy going over those reviews, talking about how screen time isn't the issue. Yes, you could argue blue light, especially at night, can mess with your circadian rhythm. You know, the blue light goes into the eyes and it tells your brain it's still awake. It's still daytime, so it messes with that. Absolutely. But the problem is what screens you're looking at and what you are absorbing, meaning what type of content you're looking at. And for most people, that content is social media, which is meant to be just pretty much rage bait. And so when you're looking at social media for 5, 10, 8 hours a day, 5, 8, 10 hours a day, you're just getting essentially you're just getting fed all of this toxic rage bait. And that's obviously going to chip away at you, cause anxiety and depression, and you're just always going to have this being the state of fight or flight. When you're seeing all this stuff and people fighting and all that, that does obviously raise your anxiety and cortisol levels. And so his theory was, instead of pulling out your phone, scrolling on social media, you can whip out your small handheld, and play a retro game. A game that doesn't require internet, a game that is self-contained, that you can play and escape. And it challenges your mind and brain, like puzzles and stuff like that, which every game is a puzzle in some way, shape, or form, right? And so it challenges your brain, keeps you occupied, and is a form of escape, but you're not also getting fed all of this essentially rage-inducing stuff. So I really like that. And then like right after I watched that video, not an hour after I watched that video, I had a call with a client who was talking about how he always feels like he can't relax because when he is watching TV, he's watching sports or thinking about sports betting or thinking about this, thinking about everything that needs to be done. And I told him, I was like, well, maybe, because when he pulls out his phone, he's like checking his fantasy teams, checking his bets, stuff like that. And so I told him, I was like, well, instead of that, you don't have to have a second handheld device, but download an emulator, play a game, something like that, to where it's like you pull out your phone habitually and you can still play a game. We also talked about like whipping out the Notes app and just like journaling, or he has video game ideas he wants to make, so I was talking about writing that out and stuff like that. So I really like that idea of, instead of doom scrolling, you're still gonna have screen time, but let it be video games. Doesn't have to be handheld, but for this conversation, handheld would work great. So, long story short, I'm probably gonna buy this device, even though I have no need for it. I have a strong desire for it. Because if I can play all of my Game Boy games, Switch games, and everything I need in a Nintendo DS, a 3DS XL size device, versus a Steam Deck or a Switch 2, I'm all for it. I think do about 10 each. Notice how I'm also not like locking my legs, trying to get as far as possible. Got a slight bend. Not too much, because that does change what calf muscle is emphasized. Again, I don't necessarily know how big of a change that is, but I'm trying to get my muscles to get bigger. Wow. Oh, oh, good God. Bird, come carry me. I'll carry you home. Oh, oh. All right. So yeah, I thought that was a cool video, because this guy is all about like retro consoles, and just like within the last couple months that we've had this huge spike in what dual screen handheld devices are capable of. And this one, again, it's the Einthor, looks really good. I don't know if I'm saying that right, it's AYN, it's company name. This isn't sponsored by them, but I think that'd be cool if it was. Because I'm playing, again, on my modded 3DS, but this is higher quality pretty much across the board. So cool. Yeah, one more side of that, then core. My calves are feeling it. I feel it more doing that than with heavier weight on my back. So, bird coming in hot, as always. Also, I think I said this before, but nothing we do has AI. So, with the exception of maybe a little bit of art during some social media posts, but even that I haven't been doing. But if you DM me on Instagram, you're speaking to a human. Bird and I tag team the DMs. If you message me on Discord, you're talking to me. All of our coaching is 100% human, whether it's me, Ashley, or Dennis who are coaching, and chances are it's like all three of us kind of tag teaming things. And no AI in the programming, no AI in chatbots, none of that. So anytime you're communicating with somebody, it's with a human. Even though we are now in an era where it's pretty much indiscernible, and some people prefer talking to robots. How'd that look? That look good? Bird. A little emoji. A little bit emoji. Also, going back to what I was saying about the screen time, I really do find, I know they say, 1 hour before bed, no screens, but I do find it relaxing to play video games before bed. I think it's a good way to mentally escape and kind of take your brain off of, work mode. And so I am a big fan of playing. Like I said, I've been playing my modded 3DS at night, and I play right before bed. So, and then when I do get into bed, I will sometimes write. Well, I write with my hand. Cool. Core it is. We're doing twists. Russian twists and then leg raises. And I think this is a good spot. Whoa, I can't see. Okay, there we go. Looked right into that light. Remember, always twist the upper body. You're not just doing this. Boom. If you have enough mobility, you can touch the elbow behind you, but I don't. I think that's 10. Do one more for luck. Boom. And then do let, oh Jesus, heavy. We're gonna try to impress everybody here. There we go. Yeah, 6. 8, 9, 10. Oh. Oh, how'd that feel? How'd that look? Oh, you look good? Oh yeah. I don't think I'm gonna do a lecture today because I'm tired. But one thing I can talk about is what I try to do for leg day, for example. And so today we've done, here. So today we've done leg press. Today we've done leg press, RDL, single leg press, and calves, and then core. So what I try to do is some type of squat, right? Can you see this? One type of squat, and then one type of hip hinge, and you can swap these around, whichever one is most important that week or that day. So for us, leg press is our main lift. Remember we talked about the main 4, bench, squat, deadlift, overhead press. And so today leg press is replacing squat, because I'm not a big fan of squats, because they hurt. And then RDL is a regressed version of deadlift. And so this is a good secondary foundational lift. And then what I try to do is some type of unilateral work. And normally that's in the form of like a lunge, step up, something to that effect. So today we did single leg press and then calves, which is essentially the bis and tris of the lower body. So I don't know if you guys can see all that. So yeah, again, bigger, kind of going off the big triangle, the reverse pyramid that we talked about. Big leg press, big muscles. RDL, also big muscles, but it's the opposite. This is anterior, this is posterior. Single leg press, unilateral work, calves, more accessories, and then core, as always. So that's your lecture for today. All right. Oh, we're doing doors and twists. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're supposed to lean back a little bit farther than when I lean, but I'm fat. All right. 2, 3, 4. 10. Oh. got shit all over my back now. So one thing I was thinking about, oh, I don't know if you guys can even see that, could you? I didn't lower it. Oh well. One thing I was thinking about doing, because I have this book, right? I know I always plug it. And again, completely free. And it's got all sorts of workouts in it. But one thing I don't have in here is how we structure workouts. And I know that's what a lot of these lectures are. And I was thinking about making another book or kind of like a companion to this on how to actually create a workout program. Because again, I got my master's in exercise physiology, specialized in periodization. So I know program design, and I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people just throw a bunch of shit together and they think, this would be a good workout, which again, 99% of the time, probably fine. Not saying everything needs to be perfect and fit and be optimized in min-max and everything, but I think it would be nice to teach the fundamentals to people on program design so that way they know when they take a workout and they need to adjust something because they don't like that exercise, the machine's taken, whatever it is, they don't have the equipment, then they know what to replace it with and why the workouts are structured that way. So that's a ebook that I have not written, and it's one of the very few ebooks that I haven't written that I feel like I want to, but we have a little bit more on the docket first. I'm running that challenge right now. We're on day 2 of it, and that's taking up more of my energy than I had hoped. So. Oh, that's one. Yeah, that was bad. 2, 4. Hey, Papa. That was it. Oh, that was money. My back. Look, I got shit on my back. Oh boy. Okay, perfect. Just an hour. Cool. Feel good? Look good? Again, I try to make these to be both educational and entertaining. So you know what they say. It's edutainment, right? And so I want you to learn things as we go. That's why I don't think I've stopped talking for the last hour. Also, my goal for today was to finish this, and I'm about halfway through. So, I'm not thirsty today. One question we get a lot lately, mainly because I changed our ads, is like how we actually gamify things. And how we do that is a good question. So not only do you assign yourself stats kind of IRL, I'll give you a character sheet that you can kind of print off and fill out, you know, on your own, kind of for fun. And then everything you do in the app actually builds or earns XP. And there's certain milestones you hit. So when you hit a certain level, you might get, or you will get, actual real life loot. What yet? I haven't exactly decided. I'm trying to figure out what are some good ones that are like customized to where to be like your name and then like the milestone that you hit, whether it's, you know, reached 3rd level or lost 10 pounds, whatever that is, you'll get that. And there'll probably be like 4 tiers, and that last tier is like, you know, lose 50 pounds, get a full ass sword. And it's like actual loot. It's not like, oh, you get a Phoenix Performance water bottle, oh, you get a sweatshirt now. It's like actual, real life, cool stuff that commemorates the achievements, milestones that you had. So it's not just like, here, be a walking billboard for our merch. It's, here, hang this sword up on the wall because you just lost 50 pounds and you deserved it. Bird, speaking to you, buy me a sword because I lost 50 pounds. So that's how gamify things. You level up as you progress. Everything that happens in the app, you earn XP towards. And then in addition to all of that, we're doing the story arcs. And so the one that kicked off yesterday is our first actual story arc. I've done other challenges, but this is our first actual story arc. And it's great because you're essentially walking through a D&D session, just drawn out 14 days. And you gain points, and there's a leaderboard. It's an actual challenge. So the winner of that wins first place prize, which is custom art, a custom dagger with your character name, and then a 3D print or a mini from Hero Forge. Custom, you send me the link, and then I'll get it through Hero Forge. And then your character actually gets canonized in the lore for the next story arc, which would be a continuation of that story. And then you'll get a piece, everybody gets like a one-sheet synopsis of what happened, and your character will be there. And so again, gamifies it, adds RPG elements, actually immerses you in a story, and all on top of customized coaching. And I'm hoping to make those story arcs a quarterly thing. I want to test it out. This one's kind of like a beta test to see how it goes. I offered it to the public as well as in clients, and so I might keep it in-house. I might keep it just private for clients because I think they'll probably get the most out of it. But I wanted to test it to both audiences and see how people liked it. So that was a very not short story, long on how we gamify things. How does that sound, chat? Yep. Join the Discord. Follow us on Instagram. I never plug my shit, but besides that book. I did plug the story arc kind of hard. So I was trying to get beta testers essentially. Which is why I was offering it at like half price. But it's currently going, so that window is closed. So I'm not trying to sell you anything tonight. Just join our Discord. But I think that's it. We've been at it, what, an hour and a half? Hour and 10 minutes? Seems longer. I'm not going to lecture today. I kind of give the quick hot second lecture on how I do lower body workouts. The light's down here, so it makes me look like I'm about to tell scary stories. Been watching some Mr. Ball and stuff, so. If you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious presented to you in story format, I'm not the right person for that, but Mr. Ballin is. But yeah, I think that's it. I think everybody have a fantastic evening. I will be streaming tomorrow, most likely, unless our plans change, but I probably won't be streaming Thursday because we are going to be playing Magic Thursday, and I don't want to dip out early to stream, to be completely honest. And then Friday, we will not be here. So Friday evening, at least, we won't be here. And so I will be unavailable to stream. And so if you have any questions or any lecture topics or anything you want me to cover in streams, shoot me a text via Instagram or Discord, comments on YouTube, and those would be the 3 best ways to get a hold of me. But other than that, gang, you all have a fantastic evening, and I'll catch you all tomorrow, same time. Peace out.